Welcome online, welcome Twitter. Tonight we look at whether we are mutating towards a new form of capitalism and how we compete in it. Call it what you want: collaborative capitalism, social capitalism, capitalism with a soul. But the basic idea is that it is a form of capitalism where financial value is increasingly determined by social value. And before we tuck into tonight's sandwich, the meat in tonight's sandwich, I'd just like to reach out to our sponsors. April's the beginning of our sponsorship year, and we've had a lot of renewals this year, which is very touching for us, but we're also very pleased to welcome some new blood. So thank you to those who signed up for another term. And they are Ernst & Young. Ernst & Young is our main sponsor, Mighty, Bank of America, our host tonight, Carbon Clear, PE International, Utilix, Truecost, and 1E. And thank you to two new sponsors, Enablon, who are our sustainability software sponsor, and Bird & Bird, our law sponsor. So if you like what Green Monday does, please tell them. If you don't like what Green Monday does, you probably better have a chat with me. So on to tonight. Tonight is a little different. Our past 63 events have looked at the link between business and the environment. Tonight we look at the link between business and society. And it may represent the beginning of a new journey for us, possibly the repositioning of the environment as a social issue. It's too early to tell whether that's really the case. And I think at this stage we're asking ourselves a lot of questions. Things like, why did the CEO of Tesco say recently, we need to be seen to be giving something back more broadly to society? And how strongly did he mean that? Why has the excellent Nilofer Merchant argued that the arrival of the social era means Michael Porter's model no longer works? Why did Richard Branson write Screw Business as Usual, arguing that the future is about aligning doing good with doing well? Why did David Jones, the CEO of one of the biggest communications agencies, argue that we are in the age of damage, where socially irresponsible businesses will suffer? Norina Hertz has argued we're moving from Gucci capitalism to co-op capitalism. Why? Why are Ben & Jerry's funding the Occupy movement? Why were UK fair trade revenues up 12% in 2011 in a difficult retail environment? Why did an FT journalist say last week that the most striking feature of the Skoll World Forum on social entrepreneurship was how many corporates were there? There were none in the founding year. Why are the cooperative business models appearing to outperform PLCs? But why then did Tesco beat John Lewis and Waitrose in the Meaningful Brand Index? And why did the Goldman Sachs share price happily shrug off Greg Smith's resignation letter? It's complicated. You see, we have all the questions, but we don't have the answers. And how unfair would it be for us to ask you, our panelists and our audience, to work it all out? Very unfair. But that's exactly what I suggest we do. Let's give ourselves the next 70 minutes to answer some very important questions. Please tweet, email, raise your hand and debate. The hashtag for tonight is COLCAP, C-O-L-C-A-P. It's on your program. And to get you thinking, we are going to hear 7 minutes from each of our speakers. Our first speaker tonight is Nick O'Donoghue, who is the CEO of Big Society Capital. Nick's setting up Big Society Capital, which in itself may be a sign of the times, and he'll tell you about that. But what I like about Nick is he looks like a classic banker. He's done 14 years at JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs, but what he says is quite radically different. So I now hand you over to Nick to give you his views on change.